If you are like me, you are constantly looking for ways how to get more traffic and sales to your store without having to spend more money on ads or agencies, so you are in the right place, because we are going to talk about the Facebook ad set may get zero results or zero conversions or zero purchases, whatever error it is, they are all the same. So you are in the right place, and I'll cover the most common questions, such as what does it really mean for my account, for my business, for my account, for my results? How do I make it disappear? Because people are like, how do I just make it disappear? So we'll talk about that. But most importantly, we will talk about how does this actually impact the performance of your ad set, performance of your campaigns, so that you can get more conversions, more sales, because that's why you are here, right? It's not just about the error disappearing, it's really about getting those results. So I'll be answering all of those questions, and I'll also do you the common courtesy of putting in the timestamps down below so that you can just skip to the point that you really want. Hey, my name is Silvia Myers, and together with my husband Kristen, we have co-founded the Traffic Ninjas. Now, the Traffic Ninjas are all about getting more consistent and predictable sales to your online store and finding untapped ways how to do this. Now, why are we doing this? Because just like you, we've got limited resources as well, and we believe in building genuine brands that sell high quality products and that are self-funded, and that requires a way that works for small businesses, which is different to those big business strategies. So guys, stay until the end, because I also have an amazing power tip that literally will take you like less than 20 seconds to set up in your Facebook ad account. And for me, this has done complete wonders. So, but for now, let's get right into it, and let's talk about the ad set may lead to zero results, or zero conversions, or zero purchases, whichever one you've got. So first question I always get is like, hey Silvia, how do I make this error disappear? So there are two ways, guys. There are two ways how you make that error disappear. The first one, I'm not gonna tease you on this one too much. It's super simple. You're gonna get this error to disappear, but it's not necessarily gonna get to better results, okay? So the simplest way to make this error disappear is literally just to increase the budget. Literally, that's it. This way, you're gonna get the error disappear, but you're not gonna necessarily get better results from your ad set or from your campaign. And I presume that that's why you're here, because you don't want just the error to disappear. You want those great results. So therefore, pay attention to the second way. The second way to make this disappear and to essentially get more and better results at the same time is to first define like, who is this ad for? Who is your ideal customer? Because the algorithm has changed, and this is why the error starts popping up. Because what you guys need to understand is that over the last like literally year and a half, the algorithm has changed so much, and it keeps on changing and changing and changing, that it really needs information to understand who is who. So when you're getting this error, ad set may lead to zero results or zero purchases, it means that the algorithm is confused, and it's like, oh my god, this budget that I've got, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find the right person, because I have no idea who this ideal customer is, who is the ideal audience. Also, did you know that Facebook essentially doesn't want to make the mistake of putting the wrong ad in front of the wrong person? Why? Because they are massively competing with TikTok, and TikTok is like breathing on their neck. And so essentially, if people are going to be getting a lot of ads into their feed and they're not going to be relevant to them, guess what? They're gonna stop using Facebook, which is not what Facebook wants. So whenever you get that error, it also means that, hey, the algorithm is confused, like, who is your customer? Who is the ideal customer? And so you've got to help Facebook, you've got to help that algorithm figure out who that ideal person is. So first thing you've got to do is really look at the creative of that ad and make sure that it 100% matches who your ideal customer is, so that it calls out the customer, so that the customer really finds themselves in that creative, okay, whatever that creative is. So go super niche. Like, I've seen so many dropshippers out there, and honestly, like, don't even get me started about dropshipping, but I've just seen so many dropshippers out there, like, just pushing ads for trending products and not really understanding who that ideal customer is. And if you don't understand that, your audience, like your ads, can get banned very fast. And of course, you're gonna be getting this error, and you're not gonna be getting that many results. So for those of you guys who really understand your customer, I know that we've got many brand owners and brand builders in the community. really go deep down. Like if you're selling home decor, like who specifically is this person? What else do they love? What else do they care about? What is the color palette that's going to appeal to them? What is the motion in the video that's going to call them out? Who is inside that creative? Are they going to be able to see themselves as inside the ad, or ideally like the what we call aspirational version of themselves, right? So really work on your creative. I know this sounds like, hey, how is this going to help the algorithm? But it is going to help the algorithm, because every time Facebook is launching a new ad, is launching a new campaign, it essentially sends it to people who are so-called seeds. And these seeds will react. And these are people from all different kinds of areas. And so Facebook will very quickly learn who is that ideal audience. But you've got to make sure that it happens fast. And the more effort you put into your creative, the faster it's going to happen. Now, second thing you want to do for this error, not just to disappear, but also to get better results, is also dig down this ideal customer. What are their interests? Why is that? Because in the past, the algorithm, the way Facebook algorithm used to work was that it knew precisely who people are, who is who, what they do inside of Facebook, and what they do outside of Facebook too. Now that no longer works. Facebook no longer has that visibility of who these people are outside of Facebook. So if I'm interested in cooking and I am a massive foodie, but I don't display any of that behavior inside the Facebook platform, then Facebook is just not going to know. So think about back to that ideal customer and what are those interests this customer has, and just go broader and broader and broader and broader, because you want to make sure that the list of interests that you're giving that algorithm space. So don't just put one interest in, but actually go for multiple interests that your ideal customer could have. And that way you have a much higher chance, not just for the error to be disappearing, but actually getting great results from your ads. And now the last thing that I do to help for this error, not just to disappear, but to get great results, is really help train that algorithm of who is my audience. Now, there are many ways how you do that, but the way I like doing that is by posting organic content, because that organic content, although it's going to have limited reach, it will train the algorithm as to, okay, for this account, these are the people who are reacting to that content. And therefore, once you are creating an ad, the algorithm already knows, okay, these are the type of people I'm going to be showing the content to. And therefore, even if you have very small budget, first, you're not going to get the error of ad set may lead to 0 results or 0 purchases. But second, the performance of your ads, it's going to be like super precise, even on a small budget. Like, to give you an example, for example, right now I'm running a campaign that's literally just $4.50 per day. Like, I'm not kidding, just $4.50. And inside that campaign, I've got 3 different ad sets. And for none of these ad sets, I have ever gotten that error, because Facebook knows who my audience is. And so although it's on a very small budget, it just goes precisely to who those people are, and that helps you get a much better result. All right, so now you know what to do for this error, not just to disappear, but actually like deliver great results. So, but I've got one more super power tip for you. And this power tip literally is gonna take you like 10 seconds to set up, I think. So what happened was that recently I was setting up my campaigns and I was in a rush, and you know how you like set up your campaign and then you go into ad sets, and I would normally put like a lot of interest and duplicate previous one, and do all of these like audiences and blah 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 blah. And so as I was doing that, I was just like really stressed, and Kristen interrupted me, and I just stopped that. I pressed launch and I kind of left it, and only like 5 days later I had a back look at that, and I was like, oh my god, I actually forgot to finish this ad set. And turns out, guys, that I completely forgot to put any interests inside the ad set. Like, I had never done that before. And so I literally created an ad set, not knowing about this, not being aware, because I was doing it in a rush, that had no interest at all, so that it was super broad, super broad. And guess what? Like, it performed really well. So that's the power tip for today. So I strongly encourage you to test in parallel to other ad sets, like once you have that creative that really speaks to your ideal customer, and you also have trained your algorithm of who your ideal audience is, because you might be doing organic content or other activities. Honestly, like I've tested this for myself, it was crazy. An ad set that had no interest at all outperformed an ad set that had like many interests and that was like a little bit more precise, and both of them were in small budget. So test it for yourself, and also do let me know, like comment below, have you ever heard of this? Have you ever tested this for yourself? If so, what were the results like? Or perhaps you're just looking into testing it now. So do let me know, because I'd love some feedback from you, because guys, we make these videos for you so that you don't have to go and search and spend all that money on ads that we have done in the past, but you can essentially fast track the ninja way. And of course, if you want to learn about more ways how to go for the untapped strategies to get you more clicks, more traffic and sales without having to spend crazy money on ads or agencies, then I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video.